Everybody been talking about the Dahmer shit, the Jeffrey Dahmer shit, you know.
They act like they ain't no but them. Like, damn,
I'm
what y'all
not
been?
watching that shit, man. That motherfucker specifically targeted black men because he knew the police, and that's what he said. Because he figured the police wouldn't look too hard to find them because they was gay and black, and that's why he picked them. Fuck out of here! I don't need to watch about that.
You know that show is a remake, right?
Yeah,
I watched that shit like 20 years ago.
right, right. That's wild. But
Damn,
I'm
what
not
y'all been?
watching that shit. Right. Yeah. Nah, I ain't watching. You heard me. I ain't watching that shit. For what?
Right.
For what? I ain't watching that, yo. Hold on, let me share this joint. Uh, why am be wild, yo? I be going live.
You see that shit about Brett Favre though?
Yeah, yo, I meant to talk to you about that before we went live. Brett Favre took the money, so he took the money from welfare.
They would, you know, Mississippi, them bitches poor as shit out there right now. And they got some shit going on with their water supply. Brett Favre was supposed to do some speaking out there. He ain't never do the speaking, but he took the money. He gave some of the money back, but he didn't give back the interest and everything. And he ain't paying it back. Millions of dollars of taxpayer money when they don't have no damn money. Him and somebody else. That nigga's terrible, y'all. But the
That's
thing is,
crazy.
if that dude was black, they would try to cancel him. They ain't even really talking about him like people posting, you know, all the sports channel ain't talking about him. They did the same thing when Ben Roethlisberger got the rape charges. Michael
Facts.
Vick fight some dogs, and they want them never play football again. They ain't want them just punished. They want
Facts. Big
him take.
facts.
He lost all his endorsements. I mean, I love my dog. I couldn't stand it, and I think he should have been punished. But
Not no
he
two
wanted
fucking
them to
years,
never
yo.
play football again.
And 2 years though.
Uh,
Nah, yo. Like for dog fight. Nah, yo. No, yo. That was some other shit at hand, yo. Like that. Nah, yo.
I think whatever
Nah.
he get for
And they
being
did a
stupid.
whole Netflix show about fucking the Tiger King. Your boy Joe, what's the name?
Yeah, I don't even know why.
Before he went to prison. Come on, man. Come on, man.
What killed me the
That was
most is
that wasn't about that was about Michael Vick.
we watch all of that stuff, and that dude was one of the most racist people. Just like we watch Dog the Bounty Hunter. All them dudes was racist as hell.
Facts.
Hulk Hogan, all them legends, we loved them, but they racist as hell.
Facts. I just like listen, man. People watching what they watching, but I ain't indulging. Ain't no need to. But we in here, ladies, sisters, we ladies, mamas, baby mamas, aunties,
What's up,
cousins.
everybody?
What's
Troy,
going
happy
on, Larry?
birthday.
What up? Happy belated, Troy.
I ain't even get to call him. I've been doing this. I had to go on a whole. I just needed to just reboot my whole life, my mind, my spirit, my body, everything. I had to go on some damn get yourself together type time, boy. Al, what's up, sir? That's why I took all work for a week. I went down Ocean City, got some me time, got some chill time, laid back,
Word.
and then barely even, talk on the phone much. Stayed off social media a little bit more than I'm normally doing, used to. It just I caught myself going to work complaining and shit about every little thing, coming home complaining and shit, just totally not being happy. And then the thing was crazy because wasn't nobody doing shit to me. It was all in me. So that's why I felt bad. I was like, man, I wasn't trying to be smart when people was calling me and shit, asking me. I ain't even respond.
I mean, you was taking some time to yourself. Like
I
it is.
ain't,
That's just how it goes sometimes.
Cause you can
It
feel
be like that.
depression coming on, yo. When you've been through depression, it don't go away. Cause you fight to not be depressed again. You know what I'm saying? So your main goal be fighting against not being depression again, and you want sitting back thinking, relaxing, like, man, why does this keep coming up? Keep coming up. And I came up with one word, and that word was expectations. And I was like, you know what? I don't know about everybody else. For me, that's one thing that expectations, disappointments. When you expect a lot of shit that can't be reached, you start going into depression because you can't reach them. They out of your reach, and you know they out of your reach. So why is you worrying about that shit? I'm done with all that crap. I
I can
always
dig
said
it.
it. No expectations, no disappointments.
I can dig it.
If it ain't in my reach, I ain't going for it. I ain't even hitting in that direction.
Understood. I can dig it, Like, and that's how we gotta be sometimes, man. Like, it's not about being negative or not, like it's just about saying I gotta do some shit for myself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's what it's about, yo. Like, and I mean, if a person take it the wrong way, then I mean, ultimately, they either give you a chance to explain it or they understand what it is when you do, and they go on about it. You know what I mean? But I get it, man. Like sometimes you got to unplug from everything,
That's what I
and
did.
just look at the shit that you want to focus on, and focus on the shit you want to focus on, like the most. Yeah, yo, like I understand completely. As much as we talk about that shit, you got to be able to do that shit too.
People scared to take. You scared because you scared to take that time for yourself because the same word, because of what people expect from you. You go through it because of what you expect from yourself, and then what you start expecting from other people. Especially, you always hear people say, I'm always the one doing stuff for people. I'm always the one that's there for everybody, and ain't nobody there for me in return. That's expectations. No one told you that they was gonna be there for your ass just because you was there for them. You just expect them to be. So either you're gonna do it out the kindness of your heart and let it,
That's what I was ready to say. My
or you
bad.
gonna, or you. But it's human nature to be that way. To say, I'm always doing shit for people, and then you start waiting for people to do shit for you. I'm done with all of that shit. I'm not expecting nobody to do shit for me. If they don't do it, I must didn't need it. If I can't afford it to get it myself, or I ain't grind hard enough to have it, I'm letting that shit go. Cause this shit keep creeping back and forth up on me, and I'm ready to be 50. And depression ain't gonna destroy me. Worrying about dumb shit that I can't get that shit. It ain't in my reach.
Understood. Facts. Understood.
Cause everything
Understood.
I can get, I go get. I'm gonna go get it. But some of this shit, I just gotta fall back from.
Right. 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 I can dig it. Hell yeah. Well, we did the brothers check in. We do the brothers checking on the regular. We need to do another one for this month too. But well, shit, this September ready to be over. But the sisters said, well, we need a sister check in. We're gonna have a sister. We advertising, and shared. So it's time. We here. The sister check in is cracking. Sisters, y'all check in, join the conversation, and talk about whatever fuck you want to talk about. Because that's what it's all about. That's why we call it to let me talk. But other than that, man, yeah, that Brett Favre shit was wild though. That,
Mm-hmm.
man, this damn hurricane down there in Florida, yo.
That shit wild, ain't it? It's turning shit down.
Already. It's all good, Ashley. You can join us for another. We can join us for a different conversation. That's cool.
I forgot to hit Tiana ass up, yo.
I shared the joint, told motherfucker. So we're gonna see. But I feel like we're gonna keep the board even. Like I said, the brothers get to check in. So wanted to let the sisters have a chance to do their check in. Everybody, you eating dinner, yo. You chilling. I'm ready to eat my dinner too. Welcome to Let Me Talk, where we eat sandwiches and shit.
Be right on the air. Saying your grace. I be working, man. I be like I said, I be practicing with the kids and stuff, and I get off and I come home. I gotta grab something to eat and come on. So we need it. The sisters don't be checking in though, man. We be trying to have conversation.
Yeah.
That conversation, man. Y'all be playing.
Oh well. Let it not be said
Right.
that okay. Try it, sisters. But no. I Ashley said she can talk through the chat. Yeah, any ladies watching? Y'all want to join us? Let me know. I'll send you the link. Say, let me talk. We're doing a sister check-in, selling sister check-in. Larry said y'all ain't about that life.
It ain't, man. Be playing.
Larry Lindsay. I knew I got dizzy real quick. I should have knew he was awake.
I wanted to talk to some because I seen I was watching this thing where this chick, she goes into the in the court, and they trying to get first off the dude raising the son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they how I go? Oh, the dude raising the son, and the moms didn't have a job at first.
Mm-hmm.
So while she wasn't working, he like, listen, I'm fine with. I'm not trying to put you on child support. You know what I mean? Do whatever you can. So she was when she was broke, she was coming get the son, taking him out, doing stuff with him and everything. She gets a nice ass job, got her own little business jumping off, and now she don't even come see the kid. She says she's sending the kid money through his cash app. But what his dad trying to say is, if you just because you sending money through Cash App, it ain't enough because he's spending the money. He must be spending it on himself because I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
But what about him eating? Besides calling in eating junk food all the time, what about him playing sports? What about health insurance and everything?
Right. Right.
And the lady was saying she don't think she should be obligated to worry about all that stuff because she's sending him whatever money she's sending him. Come find out it's not consistent. But she think she really was telling the judge that she don't think she need to be responsible for some of the shit that like health insurance and all that shit.
Hey yo, the crazy part about that shit is this. I was just having a conversation with somebody about that earlier, yo. The dude, the dude don't take care of his kids like he's supposed to. But he's saying it's because he feel like he do enough already.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, what is enough already?
I don't know.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I hear that shit all the time. When you talk to
Or
dudes that don't want to take care of their kids.
what the fuck is I do enough already? That ain't even no real thing when you together with the mother and your family together. Like, I get it, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like this. I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion. Might be unpopular, whatever. If you're not doing enough, that the mother has something that she doesn't have to worry about, then pay the support, man. Like, if you're not if you're not responsible for the kids' transportation, if you're not responsible for paying for school shit, making sure they get to school, making sure they got shit for lunch, making sure you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
trying to make sure that there's something that she doesn't have to worry about doing. And a lot of times that's what it be. Like, I've heard a lot of women, but I've heard dudes too, because I do know some dudes that have custody of their kids and the mothers ain't doing shit. But the most that they always say is, I went to child support because he or she just wouldn't fucking help at all.
Right.
And it's like, yo, when you said that, like, when we used to, like, yo, what is I do enough already?
Man, you know damn well. As a
What the fuck
there's
is I
no
do enough? What
limitations.
is enough already? My
There's
son just,
no limitations to parenting. There's no timeouts. There's no breaks. There's no limitations to parenting.
that's crazy to me. And that's, I would like, we were just talking about that, but we had that conversation and I was like, yo, like, what is enough already? Like, who the fuck says that? I already do enough. Do you? If you do enough, then how is it that some people just petty, yo? Like, some of us don't even want the hassle of getting a man involved. That's why we just handle that shit. That's Ashley.
Yeah, I can dig it. That shit crazy though. But the problem I got with that is you shouldn't even have to ask. You shouldn't have to ask nobody to be a parent. You had sex, unprotected sex. You had a child. You shouldn't have to ask for child support.
Big
If
facts.
we break up and you put me on child support, like I ain't want to be on child support with my daughter because I took care of her. But to be honest with you, by me being in my daughter's life, her mother took me down for child support. I don't even know why she took me down because she was still staying with me and my mom. But she took me down
Mm-hmm.
for child support, bro. Man, I paid $35 a week the whole time I was on child support. I was on child support, and Breon was like barely even walking. $35 a week. That
Hmm.
ain't no damn money, but I was already taking care of her. So they had to give me something because she took me down there. They're like, are you serious? You know what I
Because
mean?
anything else you did is okay, like giving money or whatever. They say that's a gift.
They wasn't gonna put me on it, but she had to give me something because the mothers took me down there. So they took
Mm-hmm.
$35 a week out my paycheck.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And I was like, Are you seriously taking me down for child support? I thought she was taking me down for a blood test at first because I was hot. I get down here. I'm like, what am I down here for? She like, oh, the lady said, you don't know what you down here for? I said, no. I'm like, she is my child. I know she my child. She look just like me. She said, you're not down here for a blood test. You down here for child support. I said, child support? She stayed with me and my mom. We stayed with my mom. I'm 18 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
How you gonna take me down for child support?
Right.
So the judge say, well, I gotta give you something. So I'm gonna give you the least amount that I could give you. Ray never took me back down for child support anymore. She never did, said nothing but how much I was paying. She never tried to get a raise increase or nothing because I took care of Bree. But my whole point is this. I paid them that money because they took it straight out my check. They were like, you can either pay for it,
or we're gonna take it,
or we take it out your check.
we're
I said,
taking
listen,
it.
take that shit out your check. That way I ain't got to worry about it. Just like taxes. I
We
never paid attention to that $35. I ain't give a fuck about that money.
they
You know what
hit
I
you
mean?
with the Debo. I got $35.
Yeah. But see, another thing I didn't do was when her mother called me up and was like, Bree needs shoes. Oh shit, you better take that $35.
See? And
I
you
ain't,
have some people that do that though.
most of them.
You better
95%
take that.
of these
You
niggas,
better take that child support and do it.
man, that child support be ate up. Listen, my son, I ain't make my ex pay child support. She did what she had to do. She helped out. My son could eat a whole damn pizza by itself for
Facts.
lunch from Pizza Bowlies. That's like $16, $17, right? He could do that shit every day. He could do that shit every day. And then eat like 7 pieces of chicken. So what I'm saying is by the end of the month, he done ate like $500 worth of food. And now you got the clothes, the shoes. Don't nobody count. They don't count soap, deodorant. Motherfucker take a shower with 2 hours and sit there and let the water run on top of the soap. So the bar soap just fading away. They sit home in the summertime and wipe their ass and sneeze and all that shit. You got to count everything. There's no limit
Facts.
to it, bro.
Facts. And that's
There's
why I
no
like.
limit to it.
That's why when motherfuckers be like, I pay child support, so you be like, dog, like that don't even. And 9 times out of 10, that don't even cover a quarter of what it really costs a month
To
to
raise it.
raise a goddamn child, yo.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I got 2 of them, and my son, they eat like a vacuum cleaner, yo. Like I swear, yo, I'm going through a damn near gallon of milk a day.
Right. That shit
Like
high.
milk $4 a gallon.
Now, what do
Come
you use the
on,
milk
man.
for?
Cereal,
How much
sandwiches,
is cereal?
huh?
How much is cereal?
Cereal, like it depends on, like I can get there because I'm a Giant member, so usually I get the cereal that's on sale. So like you can get 2 nice family size boxes for like $7. So, but I got 2 boxes of Cheerios for 7. You know what I mean? But I got a gallon of milk, but that milk will be gone before them Cheerios gone. So more than likely by what's today? Tuesday, by Thursday, Friday, I'll be buying more milk.
Man. Heat. When they home, they got had the heat on,
Facts,
had
air
air
conditioner.
conditioning on,
Listen,
water
listen,
bill. Man, come on, man. Y'all, they gotta figure that shit out, bro.
listen. Yo, we have it's that's crazy. Like you can't blame that no more. And like, how long does my father wasn't in my life?
That
How
shit.
long does it? Like, how long are you allowed to use that one? Like, we got to come up with a time frame for that because it becomes a point where you're a father longer than your father wasn't in your life before you became a father. You know what I mean?
Yeah, break the
You,
mold.
you know what I mean? Like, so how long? Like, you be 70 years old. Look, I ain't had no daddy. And
You see what Rita said?
what? Go get Cheerios from the village. Listen,
Telling your time.
them little niggas run through some Cheerios, yo. That's terrible, yo. Like, I mean, any kind, but it's any kind of cereal though.
Any
It's any
kind of
yeah,
serious.
Camel too.
Man.
Camel too. Like they run through all of that shit. All of that, yo. Like it's not like fruit. Fruit don't let I give fruit maybe like 4 or 5 hours in the house when that come in. Because they'll eat all the fruit first and
Hey,
then
we
eat
just bought
listen.
some goddamn grapes. Oh my god. Hey,
Yeah.
Paul's got some grapes.
Uh-huh. That's my spot right there.
Hey yo,
That's my
next time you
spot
go in
right
there,
there.
get them big ass grapes. They
That's my
so good, yo. They like the best thing
some
ever.
grapes from Grawls.
Yeah, the green joint.
Yo, you know where I went, yo, for the first time?
What that's that?
Wegmans.
Oh yeah, Wegmans. They got a good joint.
That shit was like a movie set, yo.
Yeah, they got one up by Overton.
We went to the one on Route 3 down there by Crofton.
Yeah,
Listen. Yo, people go in that joint and be in there for 2-3 hours, yo.
Huh? Oh yeah.
People be going through that joint, the Wall Chapel joint. People be in that joint, yo. Listen, 2-3 hours. People get dressed to go.
Get Larry, yo.
The Wegmans. Who, Larry?
Yeah.
I'm sure we don't absorb more cereal than you do. That guy. Look, oh, I got dizzy. Hold on. Is Larry talking? Hold on. You know when he talk, he take up a lot of half of the Earth's oxygen.
Yeah.
When he talk.
Now we like I just don't know. It just I don't know what dudes that don't take care of their kids. I thought for so many years, like by working with kids, like, damn, I mean, no matter what happened between you and the woman, to actually sit up there and know how you felt with your own dad not taking care of you, and then you do the same thing to your kid. And I'm saying, like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's tough.
It just don't make sense to me. It
Nasty
doesn't.
work. It's nasty work. Nasty work.
And you don't know how much the effect that you have on their lives. And then you taking a little boy, right? And now not only is he disappointed in you, but now he start being disappointed in himself because he can't take care of his mother. Now his mom out here working her ass off. She don't need him to take care of her. But in his mental state, he like, I can help my mom out. You can't change that from out of a dude. You can't take that from a dude. So now you got these people. This kid mentally, he think he gotta do whatever it is. That's what it is. Once the mother start not letting them hump, shit.
They really be doing that though, yo. That really be the reason.
Shit be real, bro. It be some dudes that you don't even realize that they that type of person.
Oh, listen, man. Oh, bro, don't that yo, listen. Today, like I got the news today. Like I was like, wow. Somebody came to me about some shit. I was like, yo, nah.
Not my man.
Right. But then I think about it like, well,
you don't know these dudes like
is that really my man's though? You know what I mean? Like I gotta look at it like that. I gotta like, do I really hang with they? You know what I mean? Like you might know some people, but like you my man's. You know what I mean? Like it's different. Like if he's an associate, but you start becoming an associate even more when you find out niggas out here just fuck them kids. I ain't doing that.
Right, I ain't doing shit. I ain't getting no egg.
It's gonna build some build character. They be all right. It'll build character.
Yeah.
They be all
Amanda, that's what happened to me. What Amanda said, I kept wondering why you ain't good enough to be taken care of. Shit will destroy a young man and have him out
right.
here on this earth. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna start finding people that make you feel like you enough. And when you find people in the streets, it's it's a small amount that makes you feel like enough. Especially when
Yeah.
you went over with homeboys, right? You start linking up with homeboys in your hood, and then those homeboys going through the same issues. So it's only a little bit of you that you gotta give to them to show that you worthy. So then y'all just start doing anything. And now y'all start becoming each other protector because your dad not there. So what happens is you got people like me and my homeboys from down 20, we protected each other. There was never a time that we actually, I don't ever recall being with any of my buddies fighting one-on-one against anybody. We came protectors for each other because we didn't have our dad. Our dad was the protector.
Yeah. I
So
was
what we
famous
did, we
for the
protected each other. We jumped everybody.
yeah. The 20 was famous for the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
People say, oh,
Yes. Legendary, legendary.
yeah, now we protecting the home front. That's all we were doing. People were saying, oh, they can't fight. This person can't fight. That's all we did was fight. We would fight you one-on-one, but why would we? What's the point? There's
Nigga
no
said,
love
"Why?
in war. No, there's no love
Why?
in war. Everybody want rules now, but this is what happens when kids are neglected. All of us didn't have fathers. All of us was from the same neighborhood. Um, most of us was around nothing but only authority we had was women. It goes back to the neighborhood thing. We you take it like this. You in the house with your mother and your aunt. That's female discipline. You go to school. All your teachers, damn near all your teachers in there, women. That's all female discipline. When we was young, everybody in your building disciplined your ass. There was nothing in that building but women. You walk around the corner and you out of pocket, you out there throwing rocks and cussing. Somebody mother yell out the window. All discipline. The only discipline we got from males was when the dudes on the corner, I don't know about everybody else's neighborhood, but our neighborhood down 20, our OGs was like, Mikey, get your ass off this corner, or I'm gonna go in there and tell Glossy on you. You like, man, F you ain't going nowhere. Bop, bop. They hit you to the body. You know what I'm saying? Send your ass home. When we started hustling, they wouldn't even sell us no coke. They like, nah, get off the block. You don't need to be on these streets. These streets dirty. Here I am saying to myself, I watch you on these streets all the time. You always seem happy. You always flexing your money. This all shit getting your mental. That's why
Right,
these,
right.
these youngins out here wilding.
Facts,
There ain't no discipline.
facts.
You crying over the whole time, you as a man crying over your child support, your son sitting there just deteriorating.
They don't know nothing about that. He just want to see you.
That's right, deteriorating. Keep your money.
Them kids don't know shit about no fucking child support unless you talk about it to them. All they know about is you. Like they don't give a fuck about what you paying to do whatever, whatever.
Chad, crazy. Chad, I hate that I was that dude. My hands cramp up now from all them fights. My hands ain't worth a fuck.
Right. But yeah, man, like I don't know. That's just it. That topic came up in conversation today. But like you said though, it'd be the ones you'd be like, oh wow.
How? Not him.
You though?
Oh, handsome, good dressing, groupie loving. And then the chicks love him. Got 5 kids by 5 different females. Ain't taking care of none of them.
Whole time they're like, man, fuck them kids. They be all right.
Then the next chick get him.
They be all right.
Handsome motherfucker. And deadbeat like shit, exactly.
They be all right.
Oh, you need some curly hair. You got curly hair, pretty skin. They love you. You could be the worst dad in the world. You keep knocking everybody up. Why do you keep knocking? Allow you to knock somebody up, and then you
You
take
got enough. You got enough bread.
you pretty.
You got enough bread.
Them niggas be broke, man.
A lot
They
of
need
time.
to flex.
You ain't got. A lot of time you ain't even gotta be a pretty nigga. Sometimes you got enough bread. They
Yeah,
fucking. You be like, yep.
you can have my baby.
You know what I mean? Before you know it, this nigga don't do nothing for me. He don't do nothing for mine either, bitch. He wasn't doing nothing for mine when he got you pregnant. The fuck you thought was gonna happen?
I remember I was beefing on Facebook when I first got on Facebook with a dude talking about that. Like, he was kept calling me country and say I don't got this. I said, man, you should dress better than me. You don't take care of your kids. I came straight out the box. I say, you don't take care of none of your kids. I said, take care of some of your kids. We be at the same level. you be wearing some of this shit too.
What you say to? What you say to? Take care of your kids, nigga. You know what I mean? Yo, them be like, listen, man, hey, somebody approve of it.
Everybody say, he said, oh, you gonna put my kids out there? Like I said, nah, you trying to put me out there. You talking about how you dressing and I ain't got this and I ain't got that, but shit, you flexing. You got more kids than me. I guarantee you. If you start taking care of your kids, you're gonna be shopping at the same stores I'm shopping at. I wasn't shopping at the mall like that. Shit, when I was raising my kids, I wasn't wearing no expensive ass clothes or nothing. I used to wear shell heads all the time, all different color shell heads.
You know what they got now though that they ain't had back in the day probably would have helped a lot. They got that afterpay shit, that Klarna shit now.
Man,
where you ain't gotta pay for everything right off the break. He said, "Wife."
Yeah, I
was broke as fuck.
Yeah, man. But I'm sorry. But this what we got confused to me. I had all my bills paid. My kids was taken care of. I wasn't broke.
Yeah, it's different.
I was Joneses broke. Trying to keep up with the Joneses broke. Because we
I
already
like
had
like
everything taken care of.
I like that.
That's my next. I ain't gonna get off topic. My next thing that I posted, I want people to think about is keeping up with the Joneses is another high thing on a depression list. But that's a whole nother topic. I just said that keeping up with the Joneses is high on.
I'm Jones broke. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm the Joneses.
I like that. I'm the Joneses broke. I like that.
Yeah, but I was hanging with a bunch of motherfuckers that was dressing better than me. They had better cars and everything. And it was my friends. And every time I hear them brag, I just want to say to them, but I couldn't say it to them because they were my boys. But I say it to them now if they ask me. Bitch, you was flexing because you ain't take care of your goddamn kid. It's easy.
Yeah, easy to get a pair of Jordans when your son running around, motherfucking feet hanging out the bottom of his shit. That's crazy.
You see them dudes with them, man.
Thousands of dollars on shoes.
And then the chick I had a female hit me in my inbox a couple of years back talking about, you know how motherfuckers always showing their shoe collection and shit. I'm like, I think I got a nice ass shoe collection. She like, yeah, he got a shoe collection. Bitch wanted for child support. I'm like, shit, you got 2 less pair of Jordans, you caught up.
$20,000 in a ring. You like ass, bro. Nothing. Like at that point, you just like fuck them kids. Nigga, I ain't paying shit. Look, you like fuck. I just won't work. I just won't get a job nowhere. Fuck that. I just won't work nowhere, bitch. I can't pay nothing if I don't work nowhere.
You remember when Bama's was waiting in line for Jordans and shit?
Facts.
Y'all don't gotta do that shit no more because you can order them now. But this was when the Bama's was waiting in line. And the dude had put a post up about, and it's like, damn, you got Jordans though, like Jordans, and your son can't eat them blickies. 1 less pair of Jordans, 2, you take away 2 pair of Jordans, and you caught up, you out of the arrearage.
Right. A lot of people don't think like that. Like I said, some people think they do enough. I do enough already. Do you? That's when you hit them with the "Do you?"
Right.
What's enough already? I need to know what that is because that's what I want to do.
Niggerdom.
Shit, I
Straight
want to know what
niggerdom.
enough already is because that's crazy. All right, nigga.
But that's when that's like I say, that's when we got in one life, we got in this life we live in now, we gotta realize that there's a difference between black men and niggas. Cause that's some nigga shit right there, bro.
I don't know why that was so funny, yo, but that was just now.
Because it's real talk. I mean, you see it all the time. The first time I even when I was hustling, I was still raising my kids and shit. I didn't do a lot of shit I seen people do.
Niggas.
And then I'm gonna tell you what really tripped me out. I don't know if people pay attention to it. How good these fathers are during football season. When it comes, if you got an athlete, that Bama's won't take care of their kids all year long. Time to see.
We want to
Man,
make sure you there.
my
Want
son
to make
out there
sure.
killing.
Want to make sure you there in case they get to the NFL.
Man, Bam got all E's, but he out on the football
You
field
be like,
killing.
"Lo, nigga, I was at every game. I was
Mhm.
there." Hey, where was you at the rest of this during basketball? I
Man,
was busy. I
where
don't
you
do
at
all that.
parent teacher conference?
Right, right. That shit crazy, man. Like I don't know, for that's just different. That's just different.
I wasn't the best father, but damn, if I wasn't way better than a whole bunch of you Bama's.
Facts. Now that right there,
Like
yes.
98% of y'all.
Absolutely. Like I'm a
Only thing I could have done better was be rich.
look.
I wasn't
Right. If I'd have been rich, nigga, I'm Dr. Huxtable. If I'd have had bread,
I
I'm
would
Heathcliff Huxtable.
man, I would have pulled a what's the name? What's the old boy name that be on wilding out?
Oh, Nick Cannon.
I would have been a Nick Cannon. 14 kids. I want 14 kids, and all of them in the
Nick
same
Cannon.
house.
Nick Cannon said, I'm fucking everybody. Everybody gets
The
bread.
Bama take care of his kids though.
Yeah, no shit. He gonna have to.
Eddie
Nick Cannon
Murphy.
said, you get a baby. You get a baby. You get a baby.
All right. Eddie
Nick,
Murphy, cause
he
they
got
put
he got
going for
9.
Eddie Murphy. Now Eddie Murphy got like 10.
He got 10. I thought they said he had 9.
9, okay, it might be 9. I thought he had 10.
Ass.
But that
That's a
Bama
lot of
got a
kids.
relationship with all his kids because he just had he got a young child.
But he take care of his kids though.
Yeah, they all got relationships.
Right. That's different. We ain't talking about they got 8, 9 kids and only one of them really fuck with you like that because everybody else like, man, this nigga, fuck this nigga, man. He terrible, man.
Man, sisters check-ins suck, yo.
I know. Listen, man. Told the
Sound like
sisters
our
check in.
podcast, B.
Told the sisters check in.
Oh,
Ashley said she at work, so she can't be live. She can just go through the chat. But
I had some questions for their ass too.
I shared it. We can
I
ask.
had I
We
had
can,
some questions for their ass.
we can still ask those questions, man. Oh shit. Yeah, they
I thought they was gonna come in. I was inboxing people that say they was gonna join, and they ain't even watching.
uh-huh. Larry talking about I told you. Oh, what you told us, nigga?
Yeah, he right.
What you
They ain't
told
about
us?
that life. They'll talk shit about you all the time, talk about how fucked up a man is, but when you get on platforms, if they can't just run the whole platform, they don't want to talk to you.
All right, well, hold on. We ready. Dear Darla. I hate your stinking gun.
Right.
Look, no, there. Bug. All right. If some sisters check in, then we'll check back in. We're going back to the regular background. But
The things I wanted to ask Ashley, that was just like the, you know, the age old things, like just like how much is your friendship more important? I mean, your friendship, because it seemed to me like people friendships with their best friends and shit seem a little bit more important than their relationship with their man. I could be wrong. That's why I wanted to ask the question. And I
no, it is something like that. I've
it,
seen.
but
I've
my
seen.
the first words I say seem like, so I ain't saying that it is. I just say it seemed like to me, and I just wanted to see what people say, and because um I actually saw some females talking about it, and they said we misinterpreted it because there's some things that you can't go to your man about because you need a female point of view, and that's just like with us with men. And it gets misinterpreted. It was long drawn out what the fuck she was saying, but she was making some good points. Um, and the reason why I say she was making good points because if you actually in an argument with your girl about that same thing, you don't really hear what she's actually saying. And actually, she's saying the same thing that this chick was saying, but you ain't arguing with her. So now you actually listen and absorbing it. So I get it. You know what I mean? It was just a lot. It was just she was going all over the place and then getting back to her point. I think that's one of the hardest things about trying to understand females when they get their points and then waiting until they get upset and all this other shit, blowing up at the last minute and all that shit. We just
So
we just two different species.
we also got to look at too. A lot of times, women who don't have a good relationship with their dad. That's why I tell my friends, my female friends, all the time, like if you can, if it's feasible, try to make amends with your dad because if not, then you're like you might love men, but you'll never really, 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 really understand and have an understanding and a trust for them because the one person that was supposed to make sure your heart wasn't broken broke your heart. So if that nigga could do it, then you know what I mean. So I get it. Like a lot of times, that's where we as fathers got to make sure we play a part in our daughters' lives. You know what I mean? Like we got to make sure that there's expectations set so that they know what to look for and what to understand. But that goes for the same thing. You know, it's just as important for fathers to be there for their daughters as it is for their sons. Is basically what I was saying.
Damn right.
She said she made amends at his grave. Like that's cool, as long as you was able to do what you could to make sure that you found some type of peace. You know what I mean? Like that's absolutely you can ask me, but at the like we have to. We also got to understand too, like we don't we don't own the we don't own the blueprint to how another person can react or relate to what we're saying. Yeah, man. Like, I mean, that's just what I was always told. The relationship with a father definitely sets the tone for future relationships.
It shows what she gonna accept and not accept.
Exactly.
What you shouldn't. I mean, we all gonna make mistakes, and but the best thing that I learned out of that shit is as a man, we think that way. Um, because I always say that sometimes when I talk, you think you know what the fuck I mean because I might not have said it the way you wanted me to say it. And you think you know what I mean when you wrong, you're interpreting it wrong, and it might not come out the same way. But if I say that same thing to you as my main man, you get it.
Right.
Sometimes women don't get it, but then as a man, we forget that the way they saying something, we don't get too. You know what I'm saying? So somewhere you gotta find. I don't know what it is. We gotta find. We gotta find
Yo,
a middle place somewhere.
yo, me and Kamala had a discussion about the same thing, yo. And it actually, when we really, really got down to the crux of it, it boiled down to body language. And the body language when we were interacting and having a discussion about something
Mm-hmm.
that turned into a dispute about something. It's body language. Nobody really said anything wrong. You know what I mean? It's just like you said, it's just how I took what she said and how she took what I said. But then once we really got to, we was like, yo, we really been lunching for a minute. But yeah, yo, like it's wild, man. Like it, how, yeah, exactly, Tierra, and the tone too. Like I gotta, you know what I mean? Like you gotta try not to sound like you being sarcastic. Sometimes you, even though you don't, you know, you're not being sarcastic, you just still sound like you are. So you know, you can't be responsible for how a person takes in what you say, but at the same time, you can be able to make your point and not have it be interpreted any way other than what you was trying to say. Unless that person just really, really doesn't want to understand what you're trying to say. Then that's when you stop arguing because at that point ain't nobody gonna win.
Hey T, what made you see? That's why I want her on. I want some people on here so I can ask them questions.
She
What
said
made
she out
you?
and about.
Oh yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. She said it took me 20 years to go, but I take him flowers often now. But I want to know what made you actually start doing that because I made a
Right,
meal
right.
with my dad before he passed, and it was hard to admit to him that I wasn't. It sucked walking back there chilling with him and hanging with people from like Eastport. I was with in a war with Eastport dudes, and then next thing you know, we like the best friends, cool, chilling every day, hanging out. And then I'm not even speaking to my own dad. These dudes trying to kill me. I'm trying to kill them. Now we chilling.
Mm.
So I'm like, damn, it was hard to actually go up to him and say, man, listen, I couldn't find happiness without me and you being friends. We, my dad was a cool dude. It took me a long time to realize that I made him better than he was.
Mm.
I made my dad better than he was. My dad was not a bad man. He wasn't the best father, but he was not abusive. He was not verbally abusive. I don't even think my dad had it in him to dislike anybody. And I walked around for years thinking that that man didn't like me.
I
That
remember
man
you said that.
he like everybody. He was just a good dude. He just was, he wasn't that TV dad that we seen. That's what we wanted.
Sierra said making peace with my past, starting from childhood and forgiving those who I felt let me down as a child.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
different.
That's when you
Yeah.
start finding peace growing up. I mean, that's when you start evolving. When you start letting the past be able to go, especially when it comes to parenting.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to parenting stuff,
But see, that's why I'm saying, like, it's when you really, really sit down and look at it, man, like it we can set the tone, man, like as fathers, like we set the tone for a lot of shit. Even if a lot of times we feel like we don't. Even when we feel like nobody's listening to us, nobody's paying attention, our son is still getting cues from us on how to be a man. Our son is still getting cues from us on how to socially interact with women, especially with a woman that you say you love. You know what I mean? Our daughters are still looking at us interact. We might not be interacting directly with them, but they're paying attention to the things that we say and the things that we do. You know what I mean? And
especially
we
when it
gotta
comes
make
to
sure.
dealing with a parent with their mother. My bad.
Facts. No, 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 no. I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's that's one of them situations where we need it, but most people they feel like whatever towards men in adulthood. See what I'm saying? Like, see, she said she was harboring a lot of hateful feelings towards men.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Like that's serious right there. Like, and that's dope that you figured that out and you was able to work with that.
You know what a lot of females told me that they admired about their dad when their mom was acting like an asshole, and how their dad handled it was was one of the things that they loved the most. That they loved a lot about their own father. It was like seeing my dad handle my mom when you and yourself were like she needed to be cussed out. You know what I'm saying? You as a
Right,
kid
right,
yourself. Like it was sometimes I seen my mom on my stepdad like he ain't even do nothing, and she in here zapping the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
you think to yourself like, man, ain't no way I'll let nobody. But
right,
your
right,
dad, you know, y'all in there. He know himself. Not saying he no punk to the situation, but he just was realizing like, no, it's not the time. Maybe she need to blow up. See, that's some of the things that as men we don't get by not having a man in the household. It's like seeing at times, like I heard my stepdad, like I got the coolest stepdad now. He's so laid back. But hey, when my mom, even as we were older, my mom got out of hand, he would say, all right, that's enough, Glassy. Normally he would just be chill. He would ignore that shit, sitting in his chair chilling. But then he
mhm,
said, all right, that's enough.
right.
And that basically was all it took. Cause he never really said much. And then that was all it took. And I guess I was like, damn, you know, shit, I seen my mom lose her damn mind, you know what I mean, for nothing. And he just
Right.
say, but sometimes as men, he told me, sometimes you gotta look past how she's saying it to hear what the fuck she's saying, even though she's saying something. Cause my mom told me that about myself too. She said that sometimes you gotta listen to what somebody's saying, even though they ain't using all the right words, even though like Tiara say tone. Just because I'm using the wrong tone, you gotta remember, maybe I didn't have somebody in the house to teach me about my tone. You see, Ashley,
Oh, all right, bet. I'm ready to send you now, Ashley. Hold on.
you know what I'm saying? So maybe I didn't have anybody in the house to mimic. Cause my stepdad tone is so mellow. I
Right,
never had that. So
right.
to see that shit and then to see like I don't know how his sons are in his household, but my stepbrother Dana is so laid back and chill. I don't know how he fuss with his girl or his wife, or even if they do fuss. I don't know this. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, he's a mellow type dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. You know, but I did see. I seen a lot of dudes that have their dads in their lives that was in the household with them, and I just seen them handle conversations differently.
Right, right. She said, Amanda said, yeah, her step pops was cool as shit.
Oh,
Motherfucking
you
Dallas.
know,
Yeah, Dallas was cool as shit,
uh,
yo. Real here, cool motherfucker, man. Real shit. Oh, I just always thought, like, right off the break when she told me his name, I was like, that's a cool ass motherfucking name. His real name's fucking Dallas. That's fire. Like, but no, he's cool as shit, yo. Absolutely, yo. But like, yeah, yo, like like just the roles. I don't know. And I guess this topic is so relevant with us because we just know what we wouldn't do. You know what I mean? And like you said, we see it around us, and you want to say something, but you like, if I do, this motherfucker gonna start wilding, and then I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? Like, so I get it. I get it. This nigga Larry said, I want to know Blue Moon. I used to ride with the Blue Moon, yo. The orange joints fire, yo. Yeah, yo.
I
The
never had
blue,
them till the other day, but go ahead with what
the
you were
orange.
saying.
No, Larry said, I want to know, do all women think their new man tough, knowing damn well they are not, but y'all still put his in the shit? This nigga, I don't see what happened. You breathing too hard, yo. You taking too much oxygen from your side of the earth, Larry. You got to get a mask, yo. and then we'll be able to figure out that question, my nigga. But you know how it go. But I guess that's why that topic, like I said. Anyway,
What is
what
Larry
else?
trying to say? I don't know what the last part is. I know what
I,
he's trying to say because they
I don't.
do when they what he's saying is, you know how they get a new dude
Uh-huh.
and they be start talking all types of shit.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, my
That's
man, do this. My man, your man ain't gonna do that. Hey,
oh, all right, Tierra. Hold on, I'm ready to send it to you now. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have, all right, yeah, the last ad, we're gonna have some fun.
no, it's because it's a lot. It's a lot. Like I really wish we could push this women check-in thing to so we could have a conversation and not us just asking questions. They come on here and talk about like man, you be talking about any damn thing. We go everywhere. We talk about
Thanks.
school. We talk about rappers. We talk about crazy shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right, right.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, I mean, we can do a second. We can do a second part. This ain't gotta be the only one. You know what I mean?
They ain't never checking in.
Yeah, right. Ain't nobody. Ashley checking in. Hi, Ashley. What's good?
What's going on? All right, so let's go back to this whole father's thing because for years I resented my dad for stories that I heard about him. And then one of my friends' dad passed away, and I was like, you know what? I need to build and work on my relationship with my dad. So I called him out the blue, and he was like, you sick? Everybody you okay?" I'm like, "Dad, we're good." And then from like every time I called him, he would always end the conversation telling me that he loved me. And that's
Mm-hmm.
not something that I got from everybody, but my dad always makes sure to tell me that. Last year when I had COVID, the one person that I could rely on was my dad. He was at my house every day checking on me, even though he was putting himself at risk, but he was like, "You're my daughter. I don't care." And I'm like, now it's to the point I don't have that relationship. Like, it just drifted off, and I don't know what happened. It's like I don't talk to him as much. And if I do call him, he's at work or something. And I get it. He's still in his newlywed phase, not knocking his new marriage. I love my stepmom. I think she's cool. But it's just like he has time for her children. He doesn't have time for me. But I'm not going to let that stop me from still wanting to keep building that relationship with him because that's still my dad and I don't want something to happen. And, he just up and die something and I'm sitting here with all these regrets. And
Can
I
I ask you a
believe,
question?
uh-huh,
Did you tell him that?
no.
I just told a friend this, and this one thing that we do as adults and as human beings. We always got it in our head somewhere that um like I understand the situation. Like I might be doing something and really not focusing on it because I'm always thinking you okay. Because you never call me saying nothing's wrong. Some people got such a positive aura around them that you get mentally, you think, well, Ashley, all right. When actually you would say, Dad, you know what? I really was digging when me and you was talking more.
Mm-hmm.
It felt good. You made me feel good. And I loved it. We need to do
Hey,
that more.
can I add something in right there where you at,
Mm-hmm.
Mikey?
Absolutely.
Hi, Ashley.
What's up?
But another thing, people always look at us as we strong too.
Mm-hmm.
And to
Mm-hmm.
say that to your dad will show vulnerability, which can be
Mm-hmm.
hard for strong people. So if we don't express,
Right.
like exactly what you just said, people, like Mikey said, it's almost an unspoken, like he knows how I feel. You know
Right.
what I mean? But
Right.
he really
Right.
don't.
And
And
you're
but
totally
it's gonna
wrong.
be it might be hard for you. I know it will be hard for me to admit because it shows a softer side or You just always have that pillar. You got to excuse the wild child. She here. But yeah.
When I told my dad that when I said to him, and the only reason why I said it because Dick from Eastport told me, he said, "Man, you know Mr. Catfish was your father. He's a good dude, man. You don't even speak to that man." And I told him, I was like, "Yo, shut the fuck up, mind your own business. You don't know what you're getting into." But Dick was drunk as shit. And he made a very good point to me. So the very next day, I went to my dad and I told him, and I said, I'm done with this. I can't be happy without you in my life. My dad broke down in tears. He was literally shaking like a fucking leaf. And he said, "I've been waiting for you to say that he said for so long." And he's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, I know that I pushed you away. I know that my anger kept you away from me. But I don't know why you stayed away." He said, "Because," he said, "I could feel that you didn't want me around." And every time I seen my dad, I kissed him on his cheek. And every time I walked away from my dad, I kissed him on the cheek. For the first about year, every time I kissed him on the cheek, he would bust out. He would just cry. He wouldn't say a word to me. He would sit back in and he was like, and he would smile and just, that was it. And when I walked away, the same thing. Then he started telling me if I walked up and like I started talking to everybody, he would just look at me. I said, "I'm coming. I'm going to give you a little kiss on the cheek and shit." You know what I mean? And we both would bust out laughing. But he wanted that because I kept so much from him for so long. I was mad at him and I pushed his ass away. But all I'm saying with that is sometimes to break those cycles, you got to remember that our parents was born in times where people were stubborn as shit. And then one thing that I also found out was that he didn't get that same thing from his dad. And he also didn't get a chance to give it. Like I got a chance to give it. So when my dad passed, even though I miss him, the last time I seen him, I kissed him on his cheek. And that's what I got to go with. It was no animosity. If your dad died right now, you're going to be like, "Damn, I knew I should have called him yesterday when I thought about that shit." And that shit ain't going to never go nowhere. You got to say something. You got to be a better person. And the only reason why I say you got to say something because it crossed your mind.
Yeah.
There might not be a tomorrow. And then also the same thing for him. If something happened to you right now, he gonna like, "Man, I'm on here. Take care of these other kids. I ain't even call my goddamn daughter. Now my daughter dead as a motherfucker. I gotta live with this shit." Somebody got to. If I think about it, I say it. I don't hold that shit back no more. I say it. It's very seldom I leave my friends and not tell them that I love them.
That is true. That is true for you, Mikey. But with the question about me going to visit my father's grave, and that's a person that was never in my life from childhood. I saw him a couple times. I saw him one time. He didn't know who I was.
Wow.
Because I have been older since the last time he had saw me. And I just had to forgive him because some people can't give you what they don't have. Yep. You know, and I had to forgive him for that and move on from it for my own peace. And it feels great.
Yeah, it's a relief, right?
Yeah, it's a big relief.
So much shit released it off my shoulder just by talking to my dad. I didn't realize how much, because it's a spiritual connection. That's why you don't understand it. It's not earth. It's not just an earthly connection, because on this earth you can walk away from anything and say, "I can handle my life," because that's what you did, Tiara. You made a successful life, but and somewhere in your head and your spirit, it was like, "Damn, That shit keep coming back. I
So
keep thinking about this motherfucker.
so to go when you say it's a spiritual contract, basically is what it is. The way I see situations and people who don't take care of their children, because it's men and women, um,
Truth.
when you violate that spiritual contract, you don't have no peace.
You don't.
I ain't going after if now I have gone after somebody for child support at their request. They told me to, which I know they kicking their south for now, but that's what he asked. But um if you make that conscious decision not to take care of your child, I wholeheartedly believe that you are handled in the spiritual realm and you don't have no peace. So I don't believe in the child support system. I don't think it's anything that the child support can do to them. Taking his license, which don't make sense, taking his freedom, which don't make sense, that is going to be any worse than what happens to him for violating that spiritual contract. My father died at 38.
Right.
You know, he neglected me my whole life and he ain't have no peace.
Mm.
You know, and I forgave him, but I just say that to say when you think about it as a spiritual contract, like you said, and you violate that contract, you have to pay for it. That's why I don't focus on the absent because with my baby girl, I'm doing it by myself. But when I tell y'all, we have been beyond blessed. Do you hear me? I mean, blessed like crazy. Like I could go down a whole list of just blessing after blessing since I was found out I was pregnant. And I made that promise to God that I would take care of that child. And God promised me that he got my back. And when I tell y'all, from buying my dream car, just and that sounds materialistic, but that's just one of the ways that we've been blessed. We've been having a good time. She bad as shit. Don't get me wrong. Don't let the gray eyes fool you. That thing is
Yeah, yeah,
bad.
that thing is adorable.
But
Facts.
we be having fun, man. We be at peace, yo. We be having so much. She don't hear no arguments. She don't hear nobody fussing or fighting. None
Right.
of that. She have good times all the time. We have fun. So I focus on the blessing and more blessings come in.
Let me ask you a question. This is a
Mm-hmm.
question that you can answer or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
How do people have kids by deadbeat dads? I mean, there's no red flags.
Okay. And let's look at that as well. I'll answer for me. Me personally, in having my child, it was a choice that I made for myself. It wasn't about what the next person was doing or wouldn't do, or it wasn't a situation. You know how they say, "Oh, she had a baby to keep a man." I made a choice to have my child, and I took on my responsibility. I ain't take nobody else into account
I
and
can
what
do
they
it.
was gonna do. So how they do with other people or how they was with other people, it didn't matter to me because I knew what my responsibility was. And that's what I've been focused on.
That's
And that's why the blessings been coming in tenfold because I've stayed focused on the blessings. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm focusing on even higher blessings. To where as though I'm ready to go to a level that's gonna be crazy. All because I stay focused on the blessing. And you stay focused on the negative or
ain't
or,
nothing
or
coming
the
out of it.
absent, guess what? You're gonna call in negativity and that feeling of abandonment. I don't want no parts of it.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's muscle up, babe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's muscle up.
We laid back over here.
That's muscle up, babe. I
Yeah.
ain't even gonna front. That's deep. That's
Yep.
deep. That's
We,
powerful as a motherfucker.
yeah.
What you think, Ashley?
I mean, I was ready to say, in my defense, my first son, I was young and his dad was giving me everything that I wanted. And so his other kids, him not being there for his kids, wasn't my business because he was with me and I felt like he was going to stay with me. Yeah, I was a dummy. But like I said, I was young too. Learned my lesson, but it's just like in the beginning, they showed you what you want. So,
And I'll say too, men do put on the front. You know, I can't never say that I messed with nobody that was a deadbeat in my presence. If they're a deadbeat now, they're a deadbeat. But best believe when I was with them kids was contacted, they was taken care of, whatever they needed, whoever called, or you don't want to take it to them, I take it to them. You know, so they wasn't no deadbeats when I was around,
Right.
and they put on the front like which we know men do. Men want to put on. That's why I don't be understanding when people say, "Oh, he got a new chick. He don't want to take care of his kids," and I'll be like, If anything, he should be trying to show the chick that he do take care of his kids because that's gonna get him points in my book. If
Right.
you coming around and you ain't taking care of your kids, you don't talk to your kids or contact your kids, I ain't got too many words for you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if you showing me that you at least contacting your kids every day, we go get them, we take them out. Me and your baby mamas, we cool. You know, I ain't got no beef. Y'all ain't been together 12, 15 years. You know what I mean? I ain't beef with that lady. What
Right.
we gotta do to get these kids in order? What they need for school? You know what I mean? So if anybody was a deadbeat, they wasn't around me. And and like I said, I'm so far removed from focusing on the absent that I don't even get into that deadbeat shit. I don't call nobody no deadbeats. I don't bash nobody for not being present. I don't bash nobody for what they, like you say, a person can only give as much as they have. I don't bash nobody for what they don't have because I am abundantly blessed. So,
How how much um right, let's say this. Ask this. How much does that being a single mom um affect you mentally? Um when things aren't going the way that it should be going at that moment.
mm,
You understand what I'm trying to ask?
yeah, no, I got you. But see, and that's the thing too. I'm a lot older now. So it's not like I am a teenager, you know, trying to get established or stuff like that. Like I'm older and I ain't gonna say I'm rich or nothing, but I'm okay, I'm stable, you know? So my
Mhm.
mindset is different from a person who, you know, struggling, trying to make ends meet, and you know, a single mom and stuff like that. I'm a single mom, but I have help. I'm single and I'm a mother, but I don't consider myself a single mother because I have help.
Okay.
You
mhm.
know, I just, in disregarding the absent, it's plenty of people who help me out and love my children. You know, so I don't know. It now mentally though, I have mental mood swings, but it's not because of the single mother. You know what I mean? Like I get that. That's a given. But my mental shit is more of my own turmoil. For example, well, this kind of off topic, like with drinking. Y'all know I used to get lit,
Right.
right?
Hell yeah.
Would you believe I can't stand the sight of alcohol?
Wow.
Would you believe that when I try to drink alcohol, it's like drinking needles?
That's when you fed up.
And it just happened overnight. It was even before I was pregnant. I couldn't drink no more how I used to. And that's just coming in with self healing and healing my energy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because a part of me as an empath, I take on a lot of other people energy, you know? So if I'm in that mode where I'm drinking and I'm just letting myself loose, I'm drinking everybody else's problems away. On top of my own problems, I'm drinking everybody else's problems away. So I notice now when I do go out socially and I drink, and this is because of the healing journey that I've been on, I don't feel the need to drink everybody else's problems away. I'll drink my drink halfway, or if I finish it, that's fine. But I don't feel like I need 6, 7, 8 keep going
Yeah.
all night. You know what I mean? Just cause I'm healing.
Evolving, babe. You
Yeah,
evolve.
yeah, yeah. So
Evolving. That's a big growing and evolving is two different words.
yeah,
If you don't die, everybody gonna grow. But evolving means changing into something different and better.
yeah. That's where I've been with life, man. And like I said, I just think we give too much credit to the absent. I had a friend of mine who used to refer to her sperm donor, if you will, as the child's dad. And mind you, she had a man, and the man took care of the child that wasn't his. And I'm like, why do you keep referring to that other person as the father? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? He's not the father in any sense of the word. Like, take the, because I feel like, why give him that title if he
Yeah,
not even there?
you don't deserve it.
He don't deserve it. Fuck him. You know he ain't gonna do shit. You know he ain't been doing shit. Fuck him. Stop giving him that power. Don't even call him. Don't say shit to him. Let him have his help.
Hmm.
All right. As
Focus on the present, the man that's taking off from work,
damn
making
right.
sure he getting to school, making sure he going to doctor's appointments, he got a court date, he taking them. Focus on that. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that other nigga.
Damn.
Cause I used to like I tell people all the time, like, I'm not worried about what their dad's doing and what their dad's not doing. As long as I know my kids got me, I'm all they need. And when they grow up and well, they get older and they realize who's always been there for them and who's always had their back, and my kids gonna make it. That I'm putting that out there. My kids gonna be great. So when their dads realize what they done missed out on, that's their own fault. When they grow up and they were like, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with you," you did it. Like, it's no point in me sitting up there even wasting my breath down talking their dads to them. Like, it's just what it is. Like, no point in it.
And
That's
I
crazy.
don't want to sound either like I got it all together, but I know I'm better than I was maybe 5 years ago, you
Yeah,
know, as a person.
yeah. But that's what
And
you want.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's what you want.
yeah. And striving every day to do better and
Uh-huh.
to learn more.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. It's been cool. I've been at, I just can't use that word peace enough. We've been at peace.
All right, let's you got anything, see? Cool. You keep going.
No, I'm just listening to them talk. I mean, it's the check-in. So
So I do want to talk about the depression, and tis the season.
facts. Big we
Tis,
coming up on the
tis,
holidays. Absolutely
yes,
true.
tis the season. So these souls gonna start feeling heavy. You know, you're gonna start getting that tightening in your chest. You know, that lump in your throat. That just that angry monkey on your back is
Facts.
tis the season. So we just gotta watch and be careful. Be careful what we listening to. Be careful what we watching. Be careful of the people that we around and picking up their energies too.
That's the main thing right there.
Facts. Big facts.
Do you
Because that,
believe in? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I said that stuff it leaps on you.
Yeah. Do y'all believe in? I totally believe in it, but it's just some stuff that I read when I was studying stuff about the human brain. Y'all believe in the spring and fall stuff with your mental states? Because
Mm-hmm.
right,
Absolutely.
um and then you know what kind of played a lot into it with me thinking about it, like fall brings you down the colors because we we colors excite us. Um, we're in darkness longer during daylight saving time, everything, and all of that stuff plays a part of your mental. And I think that
True.
one thing that I learned for myself was when I started understanding those things, they didn't affect me as much because I kind of mentally prepared myself for them. I thought it was weird that I learned that because it gets dark earlier, you go in earlier. But the thing that I learned that like you're supposed to paint your house
Yeah.
in colors that excite you, or fill your house with colors that excite you because you in the house more once the
True
time
shit.
go back. And I mean,
True shit.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's all putting into your emotions. The one of the main things they said was I learned was my car is blue, right? Blue is my favorite color. Blue always excited me. There's not a time that I don't go outside and look at my car and I start tripping like, ass, I got a blue ass car. You know what I'm saying? And I start tripping to myself. And it's every time I see that joint though. I look like, damn, you know how when like you might not think about this shit, but like when you single and shit and you going through those times, the comforters and shit be your comforters and shit be like black and blue, dark blue, gray. When you get a girl or something, they be having
Look,
fuchsia,
look.
purple, and but I'm saying, but when you see that shit and everything made up,
No, I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing at the bedroom set.
but when you see that bedroom set and everything made up and you had a bad day, you walk in there, you be like, damn, this whole bitch purple. And you start tripping like, hey, I would have never put no purple in this bitch at all. And my shit, I had
Yeah.
a comforter that was motherfucking. I had that bitch so long that bitch ain't had no feeling on the inside.
Yeah. Listen. Whole lot of shit changed. Like,
Yeah.
listen, whole lot of shit changed when relationships started, and yeah, like, yeah, yo, all of that, yo, like for real, like, you know what I learned being in a relationship. You know what I do now? I throw away underwear.
I ain't never do that.
When I was single, right? When I was single, I kept
You
listen, yo. I
you keep
might
them
still
telling
have,
band.
I might still have like 2 or 3 pair from when I was single, yo.
That shit trip.
I might, but listen,
They the best
I don't
one.
know what it is about being in a relationship, but like my draws game is like A1 now. Hey, like it makes it. Women make a difference in when you single for a long time, and then you find that one and y'all together and this that because women think about that kind of shit. Dudes like we don't be out shopping and be like, you know what? I'm gonna get these drawers. I need to get some more socks and drawers. We don't think about that kind of
That's
shit.
it.
But you know what too though, in a relationship situation, I think you you both trying to make each other better. So you bettering yourselves. You know what I mean? So you don't want to walk around with you don't want them to see you with holy drawers or you
Right.
know holy clothes or run down clothes, the same pair of
Mhm.
jeans. I think you help each other in that respect
Yeah.
of just upgrading and wanting each other to shine. If you're in a good situation, you know what I mean. You want to see each other looking good and doing right by their self care.
But I'm talking about everything, like even down to
Yeah.
the juice in the refrigerator.
Yes.
When you single, you just buy that fruit drink. You have yeah, man,
Right.
I'm in a relationship. I'm
Any
drinking
fucking
juice. I'm
thing.
drinking
You get
juice,
Minute Maid,
You drink your
Tropicana,
organic
all that good
juice
stuff.
now.
organic juice and shit now. Like, you know what I mean?
All that shit
You
wet.
put lettuce and tomato on the sandwiches at home and shit
Right.
now. Yo, when I was single, we wasn't doing all that. We was buying noodles
And
Yeah,
and
the
lunch meat,
and the
some
tomato,
women,
mozzarella sticks.
lettuce.
I would
huh?
cook every now and then, but that shit definitely changes, yo. Like, I mean, that's a good thing, though. You know, it did make
Yeah.
me think a lot more, but That was just one thing I noticed. Like, yo, like now I throw away underwear. I'm like, I don't need these no more. I'm going to get rid of these.
She say shopping at Wegmans.
Wegmans. That shit is a. Hey, yo, we gotta go live from Wegmans one night.
A field trip.
Yeah, it
We're
is.
gonna post up in the because they got like they hot food section is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man,
Is that Wegmans in Columbia?
No, the one I went to was the one in Crofton down on
No,
Route 3.
I'm trying to
the
figure
Wall
out.
Chapel one.
I think it's one that we went to, and I think it's one in it's Wegmans. They got a hot food bar. They got seafood. They got all kinds of desserts.
Yeah.
I think it was Wegmans.
Hey, while we talking real quick, I just want because I want to do this the last 15 minutes. I want y'all to think of a question that you would want to ask a male. A question or two that you want to ask a male to find out a male perspective on something.
Oh shit.
I'm serious because this is how I wanted the conversation to go. That's why I wanted more females on here.
Okay.
Y'all gotta remember.
I got one.
Why do you make a woman fall in love with you and you don't plan on returning that love?
Damn.
I can't speak for those kind of niggas. I don't know.
That's a tough part too. Like
as you can see.
But yeah, because certain questions wouldn't apply to y'all, so it's gonna be.
No, I understand that question.
I get you on that one, but I'm just saying certain questions like if I ask you who a deadbeat, what would a deadbeat do? Y'all wouldn't know that. So, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know those kind of questions.
With that question, honestly, you never had a man. When a man does that, he never had intent on making you happy from the beginning. And I'm not gonna blame you, but he actually saw that he could have sex with you, get the best of you without giving you all of him. Something that he saw in you, or something. It's almost like I'm blaming you, and I'm kind of am, because you allow me. No, for real. Listen to me though. You allow me in there before you knew that if I had good intentions for you or not. When that, I'm serious. When that happens,
advantage.
That's what they was waiting for the whole time. They was waiting to see that. It's times when we test the waters, like we put our big toe in the water to see what we're gonna get. And when you get, sometimes you get what you ask for. Sometimes people don't know it, but sometimes even though he treated you that way, the only reason why he treats you that way because he couldn't get what he wanted from the beginning. So when he got it, he took advantage of it, or he got it too quick and took advantage of it. And most of the times when they do that shit, they actually do love you more than they really want to show you. They love you so much that they are too weak of a man and too weak. Let me speak for myself. I was too weak of a man mentally and spiritually to appreciate what I had, because I didn't want to bow down to what I felt. So instead of me giving it to you, I let you, I hoard you until you couldn't take it no more. And then I had to deal with what I made. You get what I'm saying? There's something that we saw in you that we wanted to just take advantage of. And we try our hand with everybody. That's why you got some of these dudes staying with their woman for 20 to 30 years, because once they found out she wasn't the one that you can fuck over, that you could do whatever you want to, and she ain't gonna say shit back, that's the one you want. Yeah, that's the one you want. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If it's a little, it's nothing about a woman. It's all about the person that's doing it. When the roles are flipped, it's It's the same thing. It's not about the person that got hurt. It's about the person that's doing the hurting. Because ask yourself this: what did I do to you to make you do that to me? Nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's telling you right there. It's the motherfucker that delivered the pain. Hurt people hurt people.
I was thinking that at first, Mikey, but I had to start taking accountability in the situation for the shit I was doing, and that's a part of what led me to forgive my father. Is the brokenness in me was attracting the brokenness in them.
Right.
So we was both just doing shit, but not really, like you said, two hurt people walking around hurting each other. So I had to learn to look at my role in the situation where I was taken advantage of and acknowledge it and just say it out loud. That I had to take some accountability in it too. I couldn't put it all on the men anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is, you taking accountability for letting that shit happen to you.
Right, exactly. And I had to forgive myself for it.
That's right. But the problem started with what he was doing. He was delivering it to you to make you feel that way.
And
That
he'll
was,
have hell to pay for it.
that's right. So it's that's a hell of a question because a lot of men won't admit it. But I admit because the only reason why I do this show is because I don't want people to go through the things I went through. And if I could say what I say, you can see these signs. And also a dude might realize that, he right. I did some foul shit and had no reason to, but the whole thing was he never had intent on making you fully happy anyway. It was all about himself. It was all about the sex. It was all about the money that they could get from you, the time that they could spend with you. You notice every time dudes get hurt, they always run back to the person that they hurt the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the comfort at. Because you already know my pain. So now I come back and I lay my head on your shoulders and you rub my head and you saying to yourself, like, motherfucker, you just hurt me and I'm letting your dumb ass come up here and lay with me. But you won't say that to him when that's what he actually need to hear. And he won't heal until he hear that shit from you. He won't say, you know what, I did this woman wrong. He'll wait till he was some other woman who they got the shit. And then she treating him like shit. When the whole time you was treating him like he was a king. But now this one, you try and fix her. Like the other chick was trying to fix you. You reap it. So
That's serious right there. I got a question for women.
Wait, I
Oh,
do
my
have a
bad.
question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then you got this.
So how do you all feel about a woman who makes more money than you? And how can she make you feel needed without making you feel envious? Because, and let me explain why I asked that. A lot of men get with successful women, and like you said, they want to take advantage. They don't understand what the prize that they have. And then they when you start developing envious feelings, that envy turns to hate.
Damn right.
And then they want to hurt her. So by the time they get on their feet, they get their shit together. Oh, they on the warpath with you. Ain't no, okay, yeah, I got my shit now. Let's do the damn thing. I ain't never need you no way. You wasn't never shit. You ain't do nothing for me. Blah 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 blah. But my question is, can you handle a successful woman? And meaning I'm saying a woman that's 75 to 100K. And not to say y'all don't make that much because y'all could, I'm just saying in general, if you were making less than her, and part two of that, how can she make you feel needed if she's the breadwinner?
You gonna answer that first, C, or you want me to go first?
Listen, um, if that's what you make, I'm with it. I'm not gonna
Not
press.
me. I'm just saying in general.
Like, I mean, like, I don't. For me, I would want her to be successful. If that means that she's making more than me, then hey, I will stay home and cook and do laundry and shit. Like, you
That
can be the
shit get old.
breadwinner.
That
I'll
shit get old, and that shit
I'll
hard
chill.
with feelings
I'll
too.
chill in. I'll chill in the crib. Trust me, it would not get old for me. I would chill in the crib. I like to cook and shit. I'll sit here and watch soap operas and shit, and take care of the dog and do appointments and all of that shit. Like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't like if the like you said at the beginning when we was talking about relationship, the main thing in a relationship is to build each other up. So if I can't be with a successful woman, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not successful. I really don't have much ambition because I've like and with her being making more money, like yeah, go ahead. Like if you can help me get to that level, then that would make me want to work. Like my wife getting 75K, shit. What I gotta do to get 75K? Or
Hey, right,
my
right.
wife getting this bread. What can I do so we can double this bread? What
What?
can I do so we can bring this income in together at the same? You know what I mean? So I
But and
think it
see,
all depends.
here's the thing with that too. Um, it then it unconsciously or subconsciously, I don't know which word, but it becomes a competition. You know, rather than you just be happy that somebody is okay and making it, and you connected to this person, you feel as though you gotta one up. You know, you gotta get there. You know what I mean?
That's we.
And I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying like that can lead to envious feelings.
Yeah, I get it. We talked about that. We talked about that where one person is envious at the other person, and they feel that the other person is doing better than them or receiving more attention or receiving more accolades. Or but at the end of the day, why wouldn't you, like I said, for me, I would want to encourage that. I would want to encourage her to keep making more. What you make now? What, 90? Can you get 100? Baby, you get 100. I'll get a little part-time job. I'll go work at Home Depot or something on weekends or something. And I got like, yeah, man, like, nah, I want you would want to encourage that. Like, if you can't
But
encourage that, then what are you in a relationship for? If you can't encourage a woman to be better and try to build yourself at the same time, then what are you in a relationship for?
but would you feel needed as a man?
Yeah, no matter
Hell
what.
yeah, hell
Not,
yeah.
not to say
That give me time
um
to work on my love making skills. I can sit at home and watch videos and learn things
Let
because
me answer that question too.
I'm gonna want she gonna listen. I'm gonna be needed. I'm gonna make myself needed.
No,
If that means I gotta fuck the batteries up in the
and,
remote every now and then, so she can be like, "Baby, can you always get this right?" Yes, baby, I got it.
and,
Hell yeah, no,
I
I'm
and
going
got
to
no.
say
you.
because just because she the breadwinner doesn't mean anything. A man is still needed for other things besides money. So,
but and that's what I'm saying. That's what they need to realize. It's not always about money. So what? She makes so much money. It's
hmm
other ways that you can fulfill her as a man, even if it's something as
hmm
simple as saying you're beautiful today.
right.
More to her than anything. But I asked this question because in general, not saying y'all too, but dudes get caught up on that. They get hung up on a woman who makes more money than them. And it be a battle.
The thing there's a difference in a lot of things, but let me just my point of view. Like I always speak, I say how I feel. For one thing, there's no way I would be upset because my woman making more money than me. Because
Fact.
what I always think about is this: what did you do in your life to make you be able to make that much money? And what did I do in my life to make me not make that much money?
Facts.
Um,
Bingo.
Facts.
it was all about what I did with my life. So I don't care for how much money you make. One other thing, I don't care if my woman. makes more money than me or not, she could be the main breadwinner. But my personality, my demeanor, still makes me head of household.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's because who I am. Because I'm gonna protect that house.
Big
I'm gonna
facts.
go above and
That's
beyond
another
to
thing that
protect
a man
that
is needed
household.
for. Yes.
Um, there's no, I'm not going to show any type of envy towards you because I know my own hustle. The reason why these dudes are upset with their woman is because their woman out hustled them.
No ambition.
Some dudes that man up to that shit and be like, you know what? They know they ain't grind harder, but sometimes just because you make more money than me doesn't mean that your grind was harder than mine. See, me, I grinded my whole life, but I also made some bad decisions. When that was supposed to go right, I took that left turn. It's a lot of females that when they was told to go right, they went right. They were told to go right again, they went right again. You
Facts.
feel me? So they ain't make the same dumbass mistakes we made. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's
So
big
you gotta
fact.
honor that in your woman too, because that makes her feel good about what she did. But there's no fucking way I'm gonna battle with you with your money. Um, Mate, I need $500. Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Same with me. If I got it, you can get it. So as long as she ain't, a lot of times in these relationships with a woman that's making more than a man, um, they like to throw that shit in your face a lot.
That's what I was gonna say.
Who,
So
the
with
woman?
that is, yeah, with
Wait a
that,
minute.
That's what I
Okay.
was gonna
yeah.
say.
So let's address that part because what if it's not a situation where she's throwing it in your face, but she's continually getting blessed to the point where, all right, you just got a raise. How was work today? Oh, I got a promotion, 10,000 more. You know what I
We
mean?
Look,
blessed.
And, and,
listen.
and it's not that she's
Just
bragging or it's just so happens this is
shit.
the shit that's
That's
coming up. How was
listen.
work today? Oh, they
We
they
blessed.
just gave me a reward, and I gotta shop through this catalog and find a gift. You know what I'm
Listen.
saying? And it don't be that. It I don't know nobody, and I hope nobody will run around and say, "I make this much money. You need to do this. You need to do that." I
They
will
do it.
hope,
I
but
I'm
know
ready.
people do it.
I'm gonna answer when you finish. Because I'm ready.
yeah,
I, oh,
no, I was just saying, like you gotta. It don't be necessarily that she rubbing it in your face, but when you ask her certain questions, she might have good news to share. And it might be news that's just leveling her up more and more and more. So should she not share it?
Man, right.
what I'm gonna say is this: throwing something in my face would be you buying me a gift that I didn't ask for, and every chance you get, you reminding me that you bought me that
Right.
stuff. That's throwing it in my face.
Right.
You telling me that your hard work and dedication to your job or your career is yielding you rewards. That is not throwing that in my face. That is you telling me that you are benefiting from your hard work.
Yeah.
And as your man, if I find jealousy in that, then I
We
need to go back and ask my mother why I wasn't breastfed enough
right.
as a baby.
City, I'm
Bingo.
gonna too early.
Like, because at the end of the day,
That's
as
it.
more the more life I speak into her, the more it's going to motivate her to want to go out there and get at it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to speak life into her. But if you buy me a car and every time somebody say, "Oh, that's a nice car," you say, "Oh, you know I bought that for him, right?" That's throwing it in my face.
I got you. I got you.
Telling me that we live a certain way because of how hard you work. If I'm not asking you to do these things, that's throwing it in my face. Like, when you do something, like if you come to me and you say, "Hey, see, hey, I saw this at the store. I grabbed this for you because I know you talked about liking this flavor ice cream. I grabbed this for you." I say, "Thank you, Tierra. I appreciate it. Didn't ask you for it. Wasn't expecting it." And then a couple weeks later, you like, "Oh,
Remember I bought you
dang.
that soda?
I mean, I
Right.
bought you ice. I bought you ice cream. You can't even call me and say hi." Like that's throwing it in my face.
I got you. I
You
got
see
you.
what I'm saying? So it's a
But
difference. So if
I,
a dude looks at his woman and her motivation and her advancement in her career as throwing it in his face because every
He
time he
weak.
asks her a question, she winning,
He
he need
weak.
to call his mother and
Yeah.
ask her how old he was when she decided to take the titty
boy.
out his mouth.
And you know what too? They're
6
not
months.
equally yoked. They're not equally yoked
Mhm.
in the sense that they're not attracting the same blessings.
Yeah.
At some point, you do have to find somebody who is attracting the same. I don't want to say on the same level as you, because then I don't want to seem like you won't give certain people a chance, because they may not be on the same level as you, but they still attracting the same blessings or the same type of blessings, or they in a mode where they're receiving blessings. You know what I mean? I know that sounds redundant, but
See, dudes, if you actually got a problem, I don't even understand how a dude does it with
hold on,
another
something
dude.
happened.
Yeah, I don't even understand how a dude does it with
It's
another dude.
static. It's static. Is it me?
It gotta be.
You
Because I hear you loud and clear.
Go ahead and talk, Mike. Let's see.
When dudes, I don't even get it when dudes do it to each other. When I see other people, you know, not bragging on their stuff, but just happy that they doing good. I'm happy for them. I'm always happy for somebody else's success.
Fucking
So
right.
if it's my woman and we in a household and we sharing these bills and shit, you making more money than me, and I can. First off, that's gonna motivate me.
Facts.
So if I work at McDonald's and you working for a Fortune 500 business, all I'm gonna do is not call out.
Facts.
All I'm gonna do is not call out.
Let me
My,
get on up in here and
no,
make this Big
I'll
Mac
make my
sauce.
money. I'll put
My
all my
baby out
shit.
here. My baby
Yeah,
out here get this bread. Let me go ahead. I'm on nuggets today, baby.
I'm
Can
going
you
in
drop me
and
off
I'm with you.
drop me off a few minutes early for my shift?
That's
I'm on
all.
milkshakes. I'm on
You know,
McFlurries today. Can you drop
and
me?
I'm gonna ask you every
I'm gonna
time
get the
I come
machine
home,
ready.
do you want a milkshake or something? I ain't even gonna ask you. I'm gonna bring you a milkshake home
You
every
be like,
day, your
babe,
favorite flavor. But
I know
now,
you.
real talk.
You
There's
keep
no,
doing me and
you
you.
gotta be a weak motherfucker
Facts.
to be upset because your girl make more money than you, especially the ones that don't throw it in your face and they just grinding and they taking it. Because 9 times out of 10, a female that's successful and she actually fucking with you and you not on her level, she gonna take care of your ass.
She's gonna make you feel
He's gonna
manly.
make you feel good so your ass can
Facts.
keep grinding and all
Facts.
that shit. Because if I'm making that much, if I'm working at McDonald's, like I said, I'm just not gonna call out. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. I'm gonna show you that I grind hard too. You just making more money than me. Cause those 40 hours that I work at McDonald's, them gonna be some hard ass 40 hours. Just so when I get home, I can say, you know what, at least, babe, if she say anything to me, she throw it in her face. I'm gonna say, babe, you know what? I just gave McDonald's every bit of 40 hours. So you can say whatever you want about what you making. I worked my ass off for this little bit that I made. So do you?
Add my $457 to the joint account. It's just like
that's
your
right.
add my throw my little $351 in the bank, please.
Now listen,
Don't play.
we got
Don't play.
we got less than 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
Amanda got a question here. She said off topic,
I'm
right?
ready to
Put that
post
up
it up.
there.
Yep.
I didn't
She
mean to
said
get away from that question, but I've been wanting to get on that. She put that shit up a while, 10 minutes
off
ago.
Oh,
topic, but do you think men have mother issues along with father issues? A lot of mothers are quick to defend their son, but the reality is that they are just enabling the
enabling
nonsense.
nonsense. How?
One thing, to be honest with you, Amanda, uh, a lot of these women, a lot of these men, mothers, are their biggest problems in their lives. They and it's not always a conscious decision of the mother. The mother is natural born nurturer. So by the dad not being there or her not being able to be the mother that she could have been, she tries to over nurture her son. Um, I went to this seminar and a dude said, y'all want to know one of the biggest problems of these kids these days? And he told us, reach underneath our seat. We reached underneath our seat and we pulled out a mirror. And he said on the back of the mirror, it says, you are afraid to let your kids know your struggle. That is so true. We we gave our kids so much love and so much materialistic things that we do become their biggest issues. We can't let go. Maybe because the man let them go, maybe because their own father or mother wasn't the best parent to them. So it's women out here that are overshadowing. They letting their sons mistreat their girlfriends and acting like it's okay. Mistreating their wives and acting like it's okay because that's your son. So yes, we do have mother issues. Um, and I'm gonna cut it because I want to hear what C guy say. But this one thing that never happens, and it's just me. I never tell my mother issues because all she gonna do is comfort me. Um, the hardest thing that I did was when I broke up with my ex. She called me up like, you told your mother and them this. I ain't tell my mother shit. My mother still till the day don't know why me and my ex broke up. I don't tell my mother shit. If I have issues here, I call my mom up. And if I got an issue with somebody and I just say, Mom, how you doing? What you up to? She's like, oh, you all right? Yeah, I just wanted to hear your voice. But I'm not gonna tell my mother what the fuck happened in my household. Because now your mother gonna start placing judgment only on your side of the story. Then when you fix it with your girl, your mother still got her judgment there.
Can I add the contrary to what you saying, Mikey?
Yeah.
Some men, basically, like you said, won't get off mommy tits. Some men hate their mothers, and they take that hate out on women.
I don't know how they do that.
Huh?
No, I would just say I don't know how you can hate your mother. I ain't gonna do
Oh,
it.
it's everybody. Just like it's absent fathers, it's absent mothers.
Yeah. Yeah,
And men,
true. I mean, I
I
get it.
I actually dealt with somebody who I didn't know that his mom had abandoned him, and he was nearly in his 40s and 50s and just trying to get a relationship with his mom from when he was a teenager.
Mm.
And
That,
when he would talk about her, you could feel the kinetic energy coming off of him. He didn't say that he hated her, but you could
yeah,
tell he grew up harboring some feelings, and it showed in him as a person and how he was. Like, he would cuss at women, cuss them out. He don't give a shit, but I say that to say some men hate women because of how they feel about their mothers.
true. All right, see what you say. What you
Um,
say about that? What
as
Amanda asked.
far as yeah, as far as mother issues, yes, you could say that that plays a big part in it. Like just like we say, father issues plays a part in a relationship for a woman with a man. A man's issues with his mom plays a part in a relationship with a woman because, like I said, our job as fathers is to show our daughters how to treat a woman and to set the bar so that they understand how they should be treated. And as a son, what we learn from our mothers is how we should treat a woman and what a woman will accept.
I'm gonna
And
say because
if our mothers accept us being fucked up to our girlfriends and wives, then a lot of times they accepted that in their own marriage as well. From probably, and you probably saw them accept that type of behavior from your dad or other men that she was dealing with. And she still always stay. That's like the dude, that's like the little boy who mother in an abusive relationship. And he keep trying to get her out, keep trying to get her out, keep trying to get her out. She keep going back. He keeps saying, why do you keep going back? You don't have to. You don't
Yep.
have to. But then he grows up and he
And he
says,
hates
oh,
her.
okay, you want to leave me? Let me put my hands on you. because this
Right.
is what my mother
Yep.
put up with. I watched
Yep.
my mother do, like, he whooped her ass, and that made her let him stay. So if
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna make her let me be with her, then I'm gonna whoop her ass. And if she's gonna accept it, then I'm really gonna do it. But a lot of times, like, that's a learned behavior. Like, we don't learn abuse from just
Living,
we're
yeah.
not born. We're not born with that. That's a learned behavior. Mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, all of that kind of shit is learned behavior. How we treat women is learned behavior. Even if we didn't have a father in the house, we watched TV. We had idols. We had motherfuckers that we looked up to, and we saw how they treated women. Think of how many kids that grew up listening to rap music or listening to hip hop artists and figured out that that's where, like Tupac said it himself, I didn't have a father in the house, so I looked to Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and KRS-One, and I looked to these dudes to learn how to be a man. So at the end of the day, it's a learned behavior. And if you grow up in a cycle of abuse, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to repeat that cycle unless you really understand that what you're going through is not right, or what your parents went through was not right. Think of the things that we do subconsciously that we know aren't isn't right, but
Right.
we've done this shit so long as kids because our parents told us it was okay to do. Like, yo, I don't care what nobody say. We was not supposed to be 10, 9, and 10 years old babysitting our younger brothers and sisters with no parents in the house, yo.
Right.
We weren't supposed to be doing that. So, and if you think about it now, why do your parents say don't leave them babies in the house? Like, because they
Right.
wasn't supposed to be doing that shit with
In the
us,
first
but they
place.
did that shit with us. Like,
Yeah.
you wasn't supposed to be going to pick no fucking twig off the tree to get your ass whipped with, yo. Your parents wasn't supposed to do that kind of shit to you.
We
Mm.
was latchkey kids.
Right. We wasn't supposed to be no latchkey kids at 9, 10, 11 years old, yo. You
8.
not supposed to. And then you wonder why we had a lot of our homegirls and homeboys that ended up mothers and fathers at 13 and 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of shit that we just learned. So we have to learn how to start breaking cycles. Like, again, like we always say, it comes back to a mindset. It comes back to a mindset that you have every day, that you either want to change or you want to continue the cycle.
It's easy.
We supposed to fix the cycle. We supposed to break the cycle. I mean, not fix it. We supposed to break it. And a lot of motherfuckers, what we keep doing is we keep fixing that chain. We keep fixing the chain. The chain gets broken, and we don't know how to react to that chain being broken. So we fix that chain because that's the normalcy that we're used to. The confusion and the things that we're used to, even though it's not healthy, we're so used to it, is healthy to us. It becomes unhealthy when we stop these things because it's just like it's just like being an alcoholic or being on drugs. It's the same thing. Learned behavior is the same thing. The more you learn it, the more you take it in, the more you keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating it, you become numb to it. So then when you stop doing it, it takes away from you because your body is already set. Your mind is already set to doing this shit a certain way. You know what I mean? And
Facts.
that's just what it is. Like, it's a mindset. So we have to, that's why I always say we have to teach the kids better. We have to. It's okay to say, no, that was wrong how we grew up. We was not supposed to be picking switches when we grew up, bro. I don't care what people say, how much character it built. An ass whooping is an ass whooping. We were not supposed to be sent outside to pick a switch that was going to be used to whip us, yo. That was the shit they did to slaves. You see what I'm saying? So you look at it, yo, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And until we really, really say we have to learn how to break these cycles, we're going to continue to repeat them, and we're going to unexpectedly and subconsciously pass these cycles on to our children. And then we're going to look back and we're going to say, how the fuck did you know that? How the fuck did you think? What made you think that that was okay?
Mm-hmm.
You did, Dad. You did, Mom. I
Mhm.
saw you do it. We can sit back and blame TV, and we can blame entertainment, and we can blame anything we want for our kids having a bad influence. But at the end of the day, the motherfucker that they see before they close their eyes and the motherfucker that they see when they open their eyes is us.
Basic.
And that's where 99.999999999 of their influence and the things that they learn comes from. If your kid knows how to cuss, it's not because of Cardi B. If your kid knows about wet ass pussy, it's not because of Cardi B. It's not because of Meg the Stallion. It's because you allowed your child to be exposed to Meg the Stallion and Cardi B and wet ass pussy. If your child is cursing, 9 times out of 10, it's because you cuss too.
Too much.
You cuss a lot too. 9 times out of 10. If your child says certain things or does certain things, 9 times out of 10 it's because they heard you say it. And we have to accept that. And the moment that we accept that and we understand and stop trying to be cool with these kids and making these kids think that it's okay to be offended, because I tell you to take the fucking trash out. If you don't get your ass up and take that goddamn trash out, like I told you the first time, you can tell your teachers or whatever you want when you go back to school. Oh, my dad makes me do chores. Oh, my mom makes me do so fucking what? Take your ass out and take the trash out. Go to fucking bed at the time. I tell you, that's what we need to start doing. Like plain and simple. We need to start instilling the fact that we are the parents and they are the goddamn children. And that's how you break cycles. That's how you break cycles. You treat a child like a child and you keep a child in a child's place and you don't expose a child to adult situations and adult shit. And 9 times out of 10, that's how you start to break the cycle, because that child don't know how to react to an adult situation. If they hear adults cussing, they blush when they hear adults cussing because they know that they're not supposed to use those kind of words. But at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna cuss around my kids before the week is out. So, hey, listen, like I'm still learning. I'm a work in progress. Okay,
We all are.
you see what I'm saying? Like it's no guide to it, but and that's me. We ran over, but at the end of the day, we ain't run that far over. Ashley, Tiara, I thank y'all. Y'all have any closing words?
Did y'all see my work husband pop up in the background?
You know,
Yo, Ashley be wilding, yo.
I try to flip my phone around so fast.
they crazy as shit.
Yeah.
Oh God. Y'all crazy, but thanks for letting me talk, fellas.
We appreciate you
Already.
being fine with us. We know as soon as you get a boyfriend, you're gonna leave us.
Whatever.
Right.
Then I'm really gonna have some shit to talk about.
Look, I don't want you on that motherfucking podcast on it cutting your ass loose.
She'll be like, all right, y'all, I can't do it this week. I got some stuff I
Right.
gotta take care of.
Whatever.
But
I
I'll
wouldn't
be
do y'all
back
like
next
that.
week though. I'll be back next week. But nah, for real, ladies, we definitely thank y'all for checking in. We're
Thanks
gonna
for
do
having me.
I'm gonna definitely do a part 2. Tiara, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, it's good to see you, C and Mikey. Good to chat with y'all. Good to hear y'all voices. Miss Parker is on a healing journey. Miss Parker's trying to evolve and just trying to make a better life for herself, a peaceful life. And that's it. Just loving life and being at peace and taking it day by day. I ain't saying everything is perfect. I ain't saying everything is gravy, but it's a lot better than it was. So I'm paying attention to healing my energy, self-love, um, so much I'm doing. But I do want to share one thing. Um, if you music plays a huge role in healing, not just oh, I turn on a good song and I feel good. But long story to short, Michael Jackson used to play his music at certain hertz, and y'all might know this. Um, and it attracted people, and it makes people love him more because of the hertz that he played his music at. Now on YouTube, they have music that they play at certain hertz to elicit certain responses in the body. So you could put in music for depression. You could put in music for removing negative energy, or music for love. Different in their frequencies, different frequencies. And it may sound weird, and they got music for sleep, deep sleep music.
Yep.
So I just wanted to share that gem with y'all. If you don't use it already, that is out there, and it's good. It's a good tool to use to get yourself in the right mental space. It sounds weird, but try it out. See if it helps.
I always use it.
Well, we thank you. Thank you for
do?
the tip.
Okay.
I've been on that tip. I listen to this shit where they be like, positive affirmations and all that shit.
Yes.
You are great. You can do all things.
Yeah, they will be.
You are a powerful person.
And the music is
everybody looks to you for leadership.
Yes. You are
the
abundant.
greatest.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I've been listening to that shit. I used to post it on my page all the time.
Right.
Okay.
I love
it. Again, we thank you, Tiara, for joining us for the sister check-in. And we gotta get up out of here. We're gonna
all right, I'm gonna pop off.
All right, have a good night,
you free for participation
all the time.
Hey yo, the Black Business Spotlight, the first person, Kristen, she wants us to come to Be Lovely Skincare, and we're gonna receive beard treatments as we film the podcast.
All right, when we doing that?
I don't know. I gotta talk to her and find out the date.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Amanda. We had a good time, man. But yeah, bro, we had a good time. The sister check in. We're gonna hopefully next time for the part 2, we're gonna have a few more sisters check in with us. But yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna talk to Chris so we can square that away. We're gonna make that happen, B.
You just commented, yep.
Yeah, so she's gonna be the first person.
All right, B, love you, man.
All right, B, love you. Peace.